Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get non-cakey face makeup. I recently had a really bad makeup day and my foundation was the worst I'd ever seen. It was melting off my face. I had no foundation on my nose. It was all in my pores. It looked terrible, so I was like, you know what, we need to change this. So I watched a YouTube video and I'll link that one down below because the girl was amazing. And so I'm going to be kind of like showing you what I learned from that and what I do on my own and what products I use to get non-cakey makeup, because honestly my face makeup has never looked better and I'm screaming. So if you would like to see how to get your foundation looking flawless and amazing, then keep on watching. So I have already, I washed my face and I use like a cheap kind of a Clarisonic brush that doesn't even move anymore because the battery's dead, and it's so cheap that it if I put a battery in there I'll probably light my house on fire, something like that, you know what I mean? But I use that and it's a really soft brush, and then I use a facial cleanser, one by Neutrogena, and then I use that to clean my face, and then I use this moisturizer by Tony Moly. It's a really good moisturizer if you have oily skin. I love it because when you put it on, it actually dries down and it's completely matte. So you wouldn't, it's moisturizing, but it dries and it doesn't have any kind of film or any kind of you know how moisturizers can get. So this one I 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't really know what it's called. It's something about pores, but it looks like a little octopus, so it shouldn't be hard for you to find it. So next I'm going to go in with a primer. I'm going to use the Professional Pearl Primer. I really like this primer. It does good. I'm not I like the other one too, but I feel like this one's a little bit lighter than that one, you know? So I'm just going to put a pea-sized amount on my finger. So about that much. And then I just kind of get it between my two fingers like so, and then I'll just dab it on places that I have a lot of pores, which should be my whole face, but you know. My main areas that have a lot of issues are right here and my nose, so that's where I tend to put the most product, but I don't want a ton of it. So, and then once you have it on your face, you don't want to really rub it in, because when you rub it in, it causes your skin to kind of ball up, like the products to, you know, so it can cause your foundation to look cakey. So I just kind of press it in and try to work it in that way. And I feel like products work much better when you press them in instead of rubbing them in now that I've learned this trick. I next go in with foundation. I've been currently extremely obsessed with this CC cream by IT Cosmetics. I know I got this one before they came out with the matte one, so that one might be better for my skin type, but this one's still I'm obsessed with it. It gives you a really pretty dewy finish, which you would think would be terrible for my skin type, but it's actually kind of pretty. I'm not against it. So I really do love this. I use it every single day. It's buildable coverage. I just can't explain it, and it's color correcting, so that way when you put it on, it automatically fits your skin type. And I'm using the shade light, but I can also use the shade medium somehow. I don't know how I can use both shades, but yeah, I 10 out of 10 recommend that. I'm just going to take 3 pumps of this on the back of my hand. First of all, I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to dip in and then apply it all over my face in stamping motions, no rubbing. So I kind of dot it on first, and then I go in and blend it. Then another technique that I learned is where you have a lot of pores, you want to take your sponge and kind of press it and then roll it like so. And that way, by rolling in the product, it covers all angles of your pores. So that way they're not as prominent. And I feel like this technique really, really works. Like, I feel like a blurred goddess. Okay, so once your foundation is blended to perfection, I'm gonna go in with some concealer, and I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. You guys know I love this, along with my Makeup Revolution one. Like, you're shocked that it's not in this video. I know I am too. So I'm just gonna squeeze some out, and I'm just gonna put it in the areas that I absolutely need it. Wow, my forehead like has no pimples right now. I'm kind of shook. So I'm just gonna go blend it out as per usual. So once I've done that, I'm actually gonna spray my face before I set my face, and you guys are gonna be like, what the heck are you doing? But it actually kind of looks good. I can't explain it. But I'm gonna spray my face with my Mario Badescu skincare rose water crap really quick. And I just do a light spray, and you're supposed to let it soak in, but I can't wait for that. So try to look up to prevent any creasing that could potentially happen, which you shouldn't get too much from this, and it's easy to blend it out since you have a lot of liquid on top. But I still like to, you know. I'm just gonna go back in and blend a slight bit more. And then I'm gonna take the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. It looks like this. I don't want to tip it too much because then it'll all come out. So I'm gonna take a dense kind of eyeshadow brush, and then I just dip in a little. It looks like so. Just get a little bit of it, and then I set my concealer first. And it's super refreshing. It feels like you're putting water on your face, but it sets, and it's literally like amazing. And I'm not rubbing, I'm dabbing, just so y'all can note that. And then I'm gonna take kind of like a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna dip into the powder and put it everywhere pretty much. Because it's such a light powder, you can like kind of get away with using a little bit more of it, you know what I mean? And it's like a super light and like refreshing powder. I love it. Like, this is like a little trial size, and I got it with the primer, the evil primer. And I really love this, and I mainly got that set for this, and I was like, hey, a mattifying primer, let's see if it works. Honey, if I could throw that sucker in the trash without feeling guilty for wasting money, like, I would. So once you've like done this, I feel like the rest, like your contour, blush, highlighter, I feel like, you know, that isn't a big deal. You can definitely, don't have to like stamp or like, you know, pat on your makeup for that part, because those are not on parts that tend to get super cakey. So for that, like, you do you. The only thing is with your highlighter, do not highlight where you have a lot of texture, or you tend to get really oily, or just places where you really don't like parts of your skin, because people tend to highlight in all the necessary places, but sometimes it does not look good on your skin because you have extra texture in those areas. But you still feel like you should highlight there because that's how, you know, we all think nowadays. But what I usually do nowadays, I don't really like to highlight my nose because it gets super oily, and if I put a lot of highlighter on my nose, it just emphasizes it way more. So I only put a little bit of highlight on my cheeks, not like bringing it down to my actual cheek, because that's where I have a lot of texture. I just do it here. I do inner corner, my brow bone, and then I do my Cupid's bow every single time, and it works for me. It may not work for you, so just see how highlighting looks on your skin. See if there's too much extra texture, and if there is, don't keep highlighting there. Unless you're okay with it, which I have some texture on my cheekbones and I'm fine with highlighting, but it's not like a ton, you know? So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below about literally anything. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya! Honey, what are you doing?
Talk with our head in the clouds, and we will walk with our feet on the ground.